Peace YouTube, this is B here, better known as P31 Diva, and I'm coming to you with a starter lock maintenance video. So I'm going to show you, I just shampooed my hair, so I'm going to show you how I separate my locks at the roots, and then I'm going to be retightening my hair. So I'm literally just going to find the first column of hair. Actually, I think let's go front to back. So let's pull all of this across. I'm going to clip this up and out of the way. To retie to my hair, I'm going to be using several alligator clips, as well as some duckbill clips. So these big ones, alligator clips, and then the silver duckbill clips. I'm also going to be using a rat's tail comb, and this is my retightening tool. Right. Oh, I'm also going to be using a mirror. I'm just going to start at the bottom and just work to separate my roots. My hair is freshly shampooed, and I had on that turby towel, as you can see. And all I'm doing is just kind of going through and then pulling each one apart. I like to go across and separate. Like here, I feel a couple of strands of hair. Try not to pop, but no, just pop that one out, out. Because I'm about to retighten my hair, so I'll get more granular as I do that. So I'm going to come back to you when I have finished separating all of my locks, which hopefully won't be more than the next 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Hair stamp. If I were to do this on hair that wasn't freshly shampooed, I'd probably keep my spray bottle close by. Just going to gently kind of comb all my new growth together. Then I'm going to give a little twist. While I'm doing this, I'll tell you a little bit about my hair. So if this is your first time checking in with me, hello. And if you've been with me before, welcome back. I'm doing a 3-point rotation, so let me also show you how to do a 3-point rotation, which is slightly confusing because you're still making a plus sign, but it's just a different way. So this is your left, this is your right. You feed the lock through, and as you can see, I've got plenty of space. I can also tell I went down on my last rotation because I can feel the Y in my hair. So I'm gonna go across, I'm gonna go in through the middle, pull all the way through, and I'm gonna go up. So from the bottom, straight to the top. Return again, going from across, pull through, and then now to finish the first rotation, down. I've got enough to maybe get through one more time, and let me show you what I do if I cannot. And that's your 4-point rotation. On the occasion when I did my first interlocking and then when I did my first retightening, if I couldn't get an entire rotation through, then I would do a 2-point. I really like to end at the bottom. So now I'm going to just section off this next row. And when I section off this next row, I am going to go back in and work to separate. If I feel to try to keep my parts clean, and I'm just going to clip this out of the way again. So up and out of the way, and this will be easier. And I've got, is this 2 rows? There we are. Let's try that again. Okay, there we are. 1 row. So now I'm going to do that same thing, just just going to work to separate that row and get one lock. And now here is where we want to make sure that we're not combining any locks or going through any other locks. So I'm going to clip this lock out of the way. And now I've just got this one at the bottom to contend with. I'm going to just comb through at my root. And I like to use my thumb as the backstop and my index finger kind of here to make sure I don't go into another lock. Fold it, put it through the eye of the lock needle, get it hooked on there. My locks aren't necessarily thick enough to get a good grip, but the little section at the bottom is supposed to kind of be that holder for you. I can feel that I made a Y, the last one. So now I'm going to just pull this hair together, side to side, go in, and then now up. And notice how I'm using my index finger to stop me from going into the row above. Same thing, I'm going to pinch going into my thumb, and now down. And I'm pulling all the way up to make sure that I'm not creating loops. This might be an example of where I was telling you I might only be able to do a 2-point rotation. Yeah, this one's a 2. So I'm going to finish it here. That's tight enough. I wouldn't be able to, if I continued with the 4-point, I would probably end up with the lock going sideways. I was probably able to go over, up, over, but I don't think I'd be able to get that downward. And rather than over tightening the lock, which is painful and can cause thinning, I'll just leave it there. So my hair is a mix of 3-point and 2-point rotation locks, and I am okay with that because it's gonna still give me healthy roots. So same thing, I'm gonna just comb all those hairs in. That's also pulling everything tight to the kind of the base of the lock. You can see how it easily goes down in the middle. That tells you that was my last direction, was either up or down. And for me it was down. Fold it in half, put it in. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and clip these 2 locks out of the way. All right, so we're gonna go over, up, over, and down. That's one rotation. That feels like that's tight enough. All right. For me, it's more important that I end down than it's easier. That way I don't have to remember anything if I always end it down. All right, I'm going to speed up this video and maybe show you another row or two. Then I'll come back when I'm closer to the front. Okay, you guys, I am back. I'm down to the last two, and I must say that I'm really proud of myself because I've gotten faster. I rounded up to factor in the time, and it took me about an hour to do the back section of my hair. It took me roughly 17 minutes to do this side, and I'm now at 34 minutes to do this side, so about 17. So I'm doing these last two locks, and then I will be done. So to recap, same thing all over. Section hair out of the way. If it's damp, spritz it with a little bit of water. Just twisting the loose locks to see if I can work to get them to stay together. I have space here under this lock. And my last direction that I went was side to side. So this is where the Y is. So I'm going to be entering in this way. Loop our lock on. Okay, and then here we go. I like to use my thumb as that backstop as we discussed earlier. And then up towards the back. And then all the way through. And that's your 4-point rotation. Here's the last lock of the day. If needed, comb those locks, comb those loose hairs up, twist around, give it a little spritz. I think I got more on my forehead than anything on that. There we go. Tool, loop, bead. All right. Check for the Y. So I'm going to go opposite. Don't want to put, there we go. All right, that one is a little more snug than I want, but there we are. All right, that was right at 36 minutes. So 17 and 17-ish, so I guess 17 and 19 to do my whole head. So let me turn around and show you. And I only have 70, that would be 70 locks. So I don't have a lot of them. So this time it took me an hour and 36 minutes to retighten my whole head. And that makes me super excited because at the rate I'm going, if I need to retighten every 2.5 to 3 weeks, then I don't want it to take all day. I'm going to come back with another video to show you how I style my hair. But that is or not necessarily a tutorial, but it's a walkthrough of how I retighten my DIY starter locks that were started with 2-strand twist on shaved sides. And then little side action. All right, you guys, have a day and or night as beautiful as you are. Take care. Bye.